Have you put it on live now?
Yeah. So
Cool.
it's probably 20 seconds before it reaches him.
That's cool. Let's have a look. Yeah, no,
Nothing?
nothing yet.
I'll be there in a second.
Mm-hmm. Still blank. Aren't they screw tops? Hmm. Blank.
Try reloading it.
Yeah. Here we go. It's working.
Yeah, close that one, otherwise it'll turn you off. There'll be a massive delay. I
It,
think it's working. You can see.
yeah.
Yeah, it's probably about
What?
30 seconds delayed to reach him,
Okay.
or a minute.
Yep.
So by the time you crack a punchline, he gets that comical shit a minute later.
Oh.
You know that, don't you?
Oh yeah, I do.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're live with heavyweight boxing champion 6 times, George. Help me with the pronunciation of the last name.
Oh, just call me Prover. Yeah.
Is this delay turning you off a bit?
No, it's not that delayed.
Get a fucking VB up, yeah, you dog ass cunts. VB, extra dry. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner of fucking champions.
That's it, mate. We're real men. Real men drink VB. None of these fancy boutique shit floating around.
So tell me about your
The boxing career?
yeah, professional boxing career.
Well, I started following a lot of martial arts movies when I was a kid.
Yeah, bit of Bruce Lee and shit.
Yeah, well, no, more obscure ones than that. Like the Shaolin monks.
Oh yeah.
A lot of this like kung fu Chinese stuff with really bad blood.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't know. I don't think you could try to make blood look that fake.
Yeah.
It literally looked like off red paint.
Yep.
So I got into that, and then I realised that I had a lot of talent in it,
Yep.
and yeah, I became a six-time.
Yeah. So tell us, without disrespect, go into Auntie Nora's personality and what you remember in
Poor
regards to
Auntie
that.
Nora. Well, I had an auntie when growing up. Her name was Auntie Nora, and she had. You could say that she was mentally challenged. That sounds heaps better. In I don't know, schizophrenic sort of genre.
Or mentally gifted. depending on
Yes,
which way one
that's
look
right.
at
Yep.
Yep.
God, that's really weird hearing yourself like that. Anyway, yeah. So Auntie Nora had an extremely raucous laugh,
it.
and I made it my mission to emulate that.
There's a bit of a delay. Is the delay turning you off, or?
No, it's not. It's only slight,
Yeah.
so it's fine.
It's like having nangs. You know when you have nangs? Nitrous oxide, and you go na 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 na.
Oh yeah,
You know the delay.
yeah.
Yeah,
That reminds me of a story. We used to do those cream bowls
Yeah,
at a restaurant I used to work in Brisbane. Yeah,
yeah.
fucking hell. Jeez, they used to send you weird. Anyway, yeah. So Auntie Nora, so she. So yeah.
And then after the boxing career, you got directly casted for the Joker, just on the basis of the laugh.
Well, the laughing part, but I reckon you look like the Joker.
Yeah, the hair.
Joaquin Phoenix.
The hair's a bit nuts.
Is that his name? Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix.
That greasy Joaquin. Is that how you pronounce it?
What is it? Cherokee or something?
I don't know. Well, his brother was named Riva.
Yeah.
So what the hell's a Joaquin? Is it some kind
it
of
pronounced Joaquin or Joaquin?
Joaquin? Sounds French. Je m'appelle Joaquin.
So tell me the logic when you talk to waiting staff at cafes, why you like to talk to them in French. And what do you think they're thinking?
I like to think that they think I'm a pretty suave, cool guy, but the reality is they probably think I'm a fucking old cunt.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I can't speak French that well, but I can say a few things. Like I can say that I'm beautiful.
Yeah.
Because I am.
Yeah.
Je suis beau.
Well, it speaks itself. You don't need a
Thank
language to communicate it.
I know.
The universal language of beauty.
It is, yeah. I mean, ménage à trois, mademoiselle.
You want a threesome with your mum? Half of the translation, right?
Jeez, that would be interesting. No? You never tried? I used to have a hairdresser, and he was like at the time I was about 28.
You used to date a hairdresser?
Oh, no.
Hairdresser
He was a bloke. Yeah. He was a bloke. He was a bald Lebanese guy.
Yeah, yeah.
And
his
Lebanese girlfriend
are
at
probably the only race who could be a male hairdresser and not gay.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, this guy certainly wasn't gay.
Going to be gay, yeah. But like, what other nachos do you have that are male hairdressers and aren't?
I mean, if you said you're Italian and you're a hairdresser, you're instantly gay. But yeah, so this guy was Lebanese, and he had this fucking hot girlfriend, man. She was tensing up there, feeling good. Trying to do the tits. I actually did that to a girl in Thailand recently that I was in bed with. Oh, just flexed my tits.
Yeah, she liked it.
She was freaking out. She'd never seen it before.
Had she? She's probably never seen a guy with your caliber of muscle before.
Oh, no, of
all
course.
the Asian guys are a little bit more petite.
Yeah, just living fat white guys.
You're like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You're so buff, you know. It's like the V taper. The Asian boy don't have that.
Yeah. That's exactly how it was. So, anyway. What else? What do we talk about?
Yeah, so you're talking about Auntie Nora. Yeah.
Auntie Nora? So Auntie Nora was, she was batshit crazy, man. She was fucking bananas. She was... Yeah, someone that I wanted to be like.
Yeah.
Is that a worry?
Up to her.
I did, yeah, because she was nuts. I've always liked people that are crazy. I don't know why. I just find if everyone was normal and serious all the time, it would be one boring fucking world, man. Fuck that. You know, you just need madness. It's the best. I mean, you're clearly on some kind of spectrum. I don't know. There's lots of different spectrums. He does look like a Joker, doesn't he?
Yeah. It's a pendulum, isn't it? You can get too straight and too conservative, or you can be too crazy.
Yeah.
So it's what Jordan Peterson would describe between chaos and order, isn't it? You go too orderly or too chaotic, and that the most successful people dance that balance between the two. You know, I mean, like Michael Jordan, you can go orderly or you can go play pure jazz with the basketball.
Yeah. Well, you'd say that Michael Jordan's pure jazz.
Well, it's jazz. Jazz is the balance between order. I use this as my pickup. It's like, I really like your hair and stuff, but are you familiar that jazz is actually what I'll describe as the balance between order and chaos?
Wow.
And when you play that balance, slightly shifted towards the chaos.
Mm-hmm.
But that's jazz, isn't it?
I guess it is, yeah. I never thought of it that way. I always thought that jazz was just a highly creative thing. Being ad-lib and whatnot.
Do you think it'd help if maybe I attached like a dildo body kit around that? So it was the microphone, but we put it like in an 18-inch...
I'd definitely suck it.
Do you think it'd be more... you'd be more accustomed to it and feel more inherently comfortable with the dildo around there?
The real question is, if you could suck yourself off, would you do it?
Well, I'd like
Have you tried?
I can suck myself off, and I have tried.
Really?
Yeah. This was when I was 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was what, a year ago?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was quite a high fidelity burp with the headphones on, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a bit.
Like you could really hear all the frequencies and shades of colour in that belch through the.
Yeah. There's a lot.
Yeah, there's more. It's like Dolby Digital surround sound.
It is.
Yeah. There's like a degree of clarity you just never get one.
It's a beautiful sound, man.
Yeah.
I reckon you should record those and try to sell them.
Yeah. Or just record them and play them to yourself when you're sleeping in your bed.
Form of meditation.
Form of masturbation.
Masturbation, meditation.
So what were we talking about prior to that?
Hey?
What were we talking about prior to that?
So it was Auntie Nora. Then I was talking about the Lebanese heterosexual.
Heterosexual, yeah.
And he had a girlfriend, right? She was fucking gorgeous.
That one's just the...
This one?
Yeah, you don't need to release it.
That's...
Whatever side releases
just
it.
Getting droopy.
Tighten it again.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Just overcompensate a bit. Put it high.
Yep. Cool. There you go. Cool. Yeah. So he had a fucking hot girlfriend. He was like, well in his 30s, and I was like 27, 28. So I was a strapping young lad, and he used to always talk about his girlfriend and stuff. And one of these days, where I was getting my hair cut, her mother was there.
His girlfriend came out. And
his girlfriend's mother was there.
I'm in a committed relationship. We've got 2 kids, but George, when he cuts your hair, there's something about you. He's in the bathroom at the moment. Can we just get a quickie in? And she jumped on the
spit roaster.
Gave you a compliment. Then her Lebanese husband came out. You're like, yeah, thanks. There's a 46.50. I'll see you in 3 months, and we'll get it cut again.
Yeah. That's exactly how it went. Yeah. That was my first threesome. No, I masturbated to that, but that didn't happen. But he just proceeded to talk about how he wanted to fuck the mother. She was quite pretty. Her mother was quite pretty. She was like young. She was like 18, 19, this girl. Yeah. She was a lot younger than him. Yeah. And her mother would have been maybe 45, so she was a MILF. She was gorgeous. Yeah. And I just remember he's just talking about how he wants to fuck them both at the same time. Yeah.
Fuck who? The mother and
the mother and the daughter at the same
his
time.
Wife.
Not his wife. His girlfriend. Yeah. Not his
girlfriend's mother and the girlfriend at the same time.
Yeah. He wanted to do that. I think I wanted to do
so
that.
he told
at
you
one
that while
stage
he's cutting
as
your
well,
hair.
actually. Yeah.
He told you that while he's cutting your hair.
Yeah. He used to.
Casual barber conversation.
Yeah. He was a little bit. Not your average hairdresser.
Nah.
He's an interesting guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you go to a hairdresser? I don't think you do. You cut your own hair?
I'm going to be honest, and this is going to offend the hairdressing community at large, because I take their trade very seriously.
Yeah.
Even though it's a bit of a pseudo trade, you can probably teach yourself how to cut hair. And
wow, that's pretty offensive. But yeah.
So there's a lot of pseudo trades out there. But
Mm.
I'd say 95% of the time when I go to a professional haircut, I'm disappointed. But
Right.
I'd say 70% of the time when I cut my own hair, I'm happy.
Right.
So statistically, it makes more sense for me to cut my own hair, plus I save money. Even though 3 out of 10 times I fuck it up and I'm disappointed.
Yep.
But I'd say with the hairdresser,
Yeah. You're 90% disappointed. Really? Why is that?
Sometimes I don't listen. Sometimes I go.
I don't believe you, but yeah.
Sometimes I go take a bit of artistic license to cut it the way
okay.
they think it should be cut, so they don't strictly listen to what you're saying. They'll take a bit of poetic license and then give it a bit of a go, and then they'll go on some tangent, and then it doesn't really suit you. But they're running a business, so they'll keep a happy face and go, "Oh no, you're happy with that? Yep, cool. Get the next one." And they probably know themselves, "Oh, they fucked that up."
Yeah. Okay. I wonder why.
Well, with yourself, would you say you're generally satisfied when you get a haircut, or are you generally disappointed?
Well,
Leaving the statistical outcomes of different racial groups cutting your hair to the side for a bit.
Strange as it may seem, but having a hairstyle like this and paying money to a hairdresser
seems a bit redundant.
It does seem, but I actually do go to hairdressers to get number ones.
Yeah, why?
And there are differences between, some of them do a very rough job.
Yeah. And you're talking
Bizarre
about
as
a
it might
bold
sound.
cut there, let alone an intricate cut with long hair.
Yeah.
The margin of error must be way greater if you're talking about long hair.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what
a
I mean?
good point.
You're talking about just a shearing of it. But what specifically about the hairdresser do you like? Or do you just like the massage with the hot chick with her boobs going in your face when she
that's what I like.
lathers your head up and go,
That's the best.
Can I give you a quick massage? It's feeling a bit greasy. Hey, good day. Did you work today? Yeah.
Oh, that's the
Did
only
you see the new Joker movie?
variable.
You laugh a bit like the Joker guy. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that offensively, honey. I didn't mean that. So what is it about the professional?
Well, yeah, they manicure it a little bit more. Like they actually take a lot more care around the edges, and they'll actually shave your neck a little bit more. Some hairdressers don't do any of that. Yeah. So you're just stuck with something that I'll do at home anyway. So what's the point? And they charge you $20 or whatever. It's a bit of a scam, really. Anyway. Have you ever had a wax from another person? Well, have you ever waxed yourself? Have you ever had any waxing done in any way, shape, or form?
Nah.
Yeah, see, I've been waxed. When I travel to Asia, like Bali's and Thailand's, I always get a wax. It's like, $15 or whatever. Yeah. And they just clean your back completely.
A lot of Brazilian women, we're sort of very...
Yeah. Okay.
very sharply segueing.
Yeah.
It's different topics, but this is pretty typical of my normal pattern of conversation. Although I'd say Khan holds the record for
Jazz
that.
talk.
When Khan transitions whatever the fuck he's talking about to asking you whether your mum drinks a lot of water, I'd say that was that holds the record for the most abrupt segue.
He's interesting.
When you what the fuck was I talking about?
Segways, Khan. Plug for VB.
Well, prior to that, I was saying like abrupt segue. What was I talking about? What was I about to go into?
Jeez. How's that
High
sound?
fidelity burp, isn't it? You can hear it all.
You can just feel it
Yeah.
in your bones. It's quite disturbing, really. So, what were we talking about? I got no idea.
I was about to go deep on something and then I got sidetracked.
Oh yeah, waxing. You've been
Brazilian.
Brazilian. You've had a Brazilian?
No, Brazilian women, they get the laser down there. So I was fucking
Oh,
this
really?
Brazilian chick, and she was completely completely hairless down there, and she said, "Oh, it doesn't grow back. We just in Brazil, it's really common. We just get it all lasered."
Oh.
I thought, "Oh, that's a good idea. You don't have to worry about it. It doesn't come back really, or maybe it comes back down the track, but it stays like that for a while."
I might laser half of my eyebrows.
Yeah, just laser your full eyebrows, so you get a wake like extended period of time before your eyebrows come back and your dignity returns.
Oh, so they do come back.
Must do eventually. Yeah.
I know there's a bit of scarring that may occur with laser.
Yeah.
I dated a beautician once.
Yeah.
Is that what you call them, beautician? Beauty therapist?
Yeah.
Sorry, no offense. Yeah, she reckons that there is a bit of scarring potentially.
Yeah.
I can't see myself.
Fuck, man! It's like the next
massive,
level just
mate.
before roids. Like you can't that's a pure genetic limit before you start going on a fucking roid cycle. You know what I'm saying? You can't really genetically naturally get bigger than that. You know what I'm saying?
No, completely. You're massive, man. You're juicing for sure. Come on. Whoa, that's got a lot of echo, man.
High fidelity.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you hear yourself, that's closer to the way people hear than you hear it. So, like when you normally talk, you hear yourself in a certain way. Through this is closer to the way people actually hear.
Yeah.
Because it's going directly in your ear.
I've got to say,
when you sing through microphones, you go, "Oh shit, I sound shit."
Yeah.
It's because it's actually revealing your imperfection, so you can't otherwise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should.
Maybe I should go fuck myself. Yeah.
Yeah. Can your dick reach your own asshole, or?
Well, I can suck myself off, but I've never experimented whether my dick can actually reach my own asshole.
It'd be pretty hard, because as soon as you touch yourself, it gets a bit hard. How would you do it? How could someone fuck themselves up the arse?
Well, angle-wise, it wouldn't work. There's no way that could geometrically work, unless, of course, their dick was 180 degree curved. A crescent dick, if you will.
Crescent dick?
One crescent
all
dick
the
to
way
rule
around.
all the other crescent dicks.
A crescent dick.
But they were deceived. For there was a crescent dick. Forged in the fires of Mordor, the crescent dick was able to fuck one's own arsehole.
Lord of the Rings, huh?
One dick to
Shout
rule
out
them
to
all.
the nerds.
But then you couldn't have sex with a chick with a crescent dick. Unless, of course, you angled your pelvis in because it'd be 180 degree.
Yeah. I know you could do it. You just have to get her behind you, I suppose.
You're in clinical psychologist. Listen to this guy. That guy's definitely right. Schizophrenia, borderline personality, fucking.
Yeah.
That was just so abstract. It took me 15 minutes to process this.
Yeah, you probably don't need a psychologist to work a bit of that out with us, man.
I'm just going to take a quick piss.
Fuck him up the ass.
I'm going to take a quick piss.
Fuck him up the ass. Crescent dick. So, here we are. Can't fucking work this thing out. Thanks. Definitely don't drink as fast as you do, mate. Wow. Anyway. Betty! Come here, Betty. Oh, Betty! You're so cute though, Betty. Betty.
Yeah, it's good to see a clear stream of piss. Because the other day I did a piss and it was fluoro yellow.
Right.
And then I was like, oh shit, what would cause fluoro yellow? It wasn't like brown, it wasn't, you know what I mean?
Have you ever had like?
But
brown
then I
piss,
realised I had a Barocca.
Oh, Betty. Oh,
So-
relax, Betty.
so
Oh, don't scratch me. Don't scratch me. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, it's okay.
She's getting angry, man.
Is she getting? Oh, that got her freaked out, man.
She's going to scratch your face in a second. She's at a threshold.
She won't. She'll never scratch.
She's
my
got
face.
her
She loves me.
claws protruded out.
Yeah, that's because she wants to grip on. She doesn't want to hurt me. You'll never hurt me. What's your little cat?
I don't know, mate.
What's your little cat? Is she the cutest
She's
cat?
the first cat that hasn't scratched someone in the history of...
You're so cute,
Yeah, so
little
the
bee.
Barocca made my piss fluoro yellow.
Go. Be free.
So it makes you wonder what's in Barocca.
What's that?
The Barocca made my piss fluoro yellow on the way out. Like, it looked exactly like
Yeah,
Barocca.
but that's all the vitamin Bs and stuff. Like when you take multivitamins, it gets fluoro.
It's probably a trick, though. They probably dye it like that to make it look like you're getting something special. It's probably an artificial dye.
Maybe.
So, tell us a story about the dog of your ex-girlfriend, the fucking munted.
So, yeah, man, that was depressing, man. It was this tiny little dog. It was probably the size of my hand.
Yep.
I don't know. It was some mongrel of, Chihuahua cross. I don't know.
Maltese Terrier.
No. So, it was a fucked up little thing.
Fucked up little prick.
Basically, this girl lived in an apartment that was like a bedsitter type place,
Yeah.
and it had I don't know, maybe one window,
Yeah.
and there was a bed there, and there's a little kitchenette to one side. But anyway, this little dog,
Yeah.
I started playing with it and I had it on my lap. And then I asked the girl, can this dog jump off? And she was like, no, it can't. You got to put it down. And then
He said, whoa. We got to put this dog down. I said, no. I mean, like, off the, yeah.
Yeah, well, I probably think it's better off. But anyway, so yeah. And then I asked her, so can the dog jump on the bed? The joke. Nice. And she tells me no. So when she goes to work and all that for 8 hours, 10 hours or whatever, the dog's on the ground in this tiny little apartment.
Yeah.
And it can't jump on the bed. It can't get to the window. Can't look out and, exercise its mind somehow and look at birds or whatever. It just pretty much exists on the floor until she comes home and puts it on the bed or grabs it or whatever. So this fucking dog.
I mean, what sort of existence is that? And to be honest, the only existence worse than that is going 9 to 5 in the morning at a school, primary school, with some maniacal bitch telling you to do your 2 times tables, fucking 20 minutes for fucking recess. You're fucking dreading the homework when you get home. You think your one element of solace in your day is going to be a nice home-cooked Western meal from your mum, and the bitch serves you up fucking Holocaust. I mean, where the fuck is the joy in your day?
No joy, man. And then we wonder why our kids are depressed. Anyway, yeah. I feel sorry for that dog. I mean, that is not an existence.
Nah.
It really isn't.
But what I found particularly funny about that story was it's sort of all relative, because like the alien from outer space may look at us and go, what sort of existence is that?
Yeah.
Where you get up and go on a train like a herd full of cattle to a job where you work 9 to 5 with like 30 minutes break staring in front of a screen as a battery hen. So he's saying the same thing that you're saying about the dog. That's what I found amusing about it.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well,
you're 100% right. What sort of existence is that? But it's all relative in that sense.
It is, yeah.
Someone that travels the world on a daily basis, they'll probably look at our existence and say, well, you're that dog trapped on the ground going round and round.
Yeah. Floating around a city, doing the same shit every weekend.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. I can see that. Makes you wonder what the purpose is of our existence.
Imagine if you killed yourself live. You just pulled out a revolver then and Kurt Cobained yourself.
Just went full.
It was like, whoa,
full
fucking
grunge.
awesome special effects.
Wow.
Guys, awesome special effects. Guys. And you're like, guys, it's a joke, right? Guys, it's a joke. Guys, it's a joke. And then no one's getting on the ground.
Yeah,
And then
right.
you see the cat go across the bed, like across the table 2 hours later, and still no one's got up and still live stream. It's like, yeah, guys, nah, fucking genius. All right, you can get up now. It's like you fully top yourself and fucking.
Oh, God. There's probably someone that's done something that fucked up.
There are. And that guy that did the Christchurch massacre, he live streamed it on Facebook, and they shut it out. He like went live on it, and it started to trend automatically with the algorithms. So it started to show up on people's news feeds, and people were tuning in to watch it.
Oh, because it was that.
And then they
popular.
broke Facebook's balls for that, but it's like it's an automatic algorithm. Like it's going to automatically share anything that's trending. They didn't realize that someone was going to be shooting up the place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's a bit hard.
Unless, of course, someone saw it in Facebook and just let it keep going because it's going to be more advertising revenue. Do you know what I mean? They turned a blind eye to it, maybe.
Wow. That's an interesting conspiracy theory, man.
Well, you know what I mean? They're seeing it trending.
Yeah.
And they're calculating how much money they're making off the advertising. They're like, all right, we'll just turn a blind eye to it.
Just let it
the
go.
Algorithms take its natural course. We'll deal with it later. And
well, it is, you know, any news is kind of helpful, isn't it? Like, what's the saying? All news is good news. I don't know.
No, all publicity is good publicity, isn't it? Or something.
Well, that's the thing. I think a lot of the stars on like these podcasts and all that.
Yeah.
Tenson there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't mind a bit of flack. Sort of helps them. Infamy. It's like, it's advertising.
Yeah, there's some controversial motherfuckers that do podcasts. Well, way worse than this. They'll go full on with
racist shit and really, I don't know.
Yeah.
Extreme political radical
viewpoints
views
and things. But then, like, Google's cracking down on that now anyway because they get their accounts banned and shit if you go too bad with it. Even though they've got guidelines that say you can express political opinions, but then it'll shut a lot of them down.
Okay.
Temporarily freeze accounts and stuff.
So you reckon that the internet, it's relatively free now. Do you think at some stage it'll get so policed? It'll be like China?
Well, that's what YouTube's doing now and Twitter because they're working out there's people expressing controversial views that isn't good for their advertising.
Oh, okay. For their brand, so to speak.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, they're trying to make money. So if someone's saying, like, kill Jews, then at some point, see the automated YouTube algorithm probably picked up on that, so it'll flag this video.
Maybe we should say that. Just try to see what happens with this one. We'll say everything.
Well, it'll probably get manually looked over, and they'll realise I was making a point.
Okay.
So they probably won't. But it probably
you reckon someone manually looks over these
well,
videos?
you couldn't rely just on the algorithms because if it's just scanning for things like "fuck Jews," then it would be shutting down a lot of videos. So it probably flags it, and someone manually reads through the context of it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's how a lot of shit works because you can't just rely on a bot to decide the fate of things without a human eye looking over it.
Okay.
Because it makes mistakes, you know what I mean?
You reckon at some stage it will be just
Well, it's
purely
like
a
it's
bot?
like
Oh.
if you're using Facebook and you say something about pedophilia,
Mm.
you couldn't let that algorithm decide your fate. At some point, a human's got to look over and look at what context, because you could be saying all pedophiles are fucked, which is completely different from I wish pedophilia was legal.
Yeah.
They're both using the same word.
Okay.
So you could be, this guy was a prick. He raped a 14-year-old girl, which is completely different from where can I find 14-year-old women. But they're the same term. So at some point, it would flag it, but at some point a human's got to put it in context of...
Because the computers, they're not advanced enough yet to be able to decipher between the two, let's say.
You could string together certain words that would hold certain meanings. So you could write algorithms that say, if it says it in this order, it probably means this.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be... like, you think about politics, your average dumbass can't even appreciate the complexity of language in general when people are talking and they misinterpret what people say. And then you're expecting an algorithm to be able to appreciate all those nuances. Like your average autistic male can't even make sense of high-level, complex discussion. And then you're going to rely completely on a computer to make sense of all the nuances of language. You know what I mean?
I suppose, surely there's computers out there that are complex enough that could process all the possibilities and come to a conclusion that is 99 or whatever percentage correct. Surely.
I think you need context, though, to really work out what someone's intention is, and humans struggle with that. You know what I mean? Humans struggle in working out what the intention of something is, let alone relying on binary 10 10 10 10 10. It's trying to calculate what the fuck this person means.
But what about that computer that, like Double Jeopardy in America?
Yeah.
It's like a big quiz show. And they got the best guy who's, the number one guy.
Yeah.
And they paired him up against a computer, like a supercomputer of some kind.
Of what? Of trivia?
For the trivia, yeah.
But that's different, though.
Is it?
Well, trivia, you're not really talking about nuances, are you? Trivia is...
Yeah, but you got to have nuances.
If you say, what's the capital of Nigeria? There's no nuance in that. There's either the capital of Nigeria or not the capital of Nigeria.
Yeah, true, but that's not all trivia.
I say, I'm trying to pick up the inflection of my wife when she said she's only ever had 3 partners, and I'm trying to work out, read between the lines on something and what context this person's saying this in.
Yeah, I get your point.
It gets
but
more complicated than just name the capital of the Vatican. The Vatican.
I get your point. You got a point,
I
but
should go fuck myself. So you want to answer my question with another question? That is, can my dick reach my asshole? And I should probably go fuck myself with my crescent dick.
Yeah, can it? Where was I? Yeah.
Did your mum drink a lot of water?
Getting all calm on me. So anyway, yeah. Jeez, these bees are getting to my head a little. It's good. You're chugging a few back there, mate. It's good. I do notice that you buy a lot of VB. Why is that? Why do you like VB so much?
Least hostile. Like, you have a fat yak and it tastes really heavy. Then you taste some other beers and they taste weak as piss. But then again, what the fuck do I know what I'm talking about? Because all beer is subjective. It's just like music. So I could try and intellectually justify.
It's like sex.
Why I like
Sex
Nickelback instead of Radiohead. But at the end of the day, it's subjective. I love Chad Kroger, and I think Chad Kroger is the Messiah, and I can't intellectually justify why I'm infatuated with Nickelback. So it's the same sort of thing. I could justify why VB is not. Nah. But it changes with age as well. It's like I used to like sushi, and I don't like sushi now.
Yeah.
But I used to like the Tassie beer.
fucking bloke us up the arse. Or...
Well, look, there's some period there where...
Did you grow out of that one?
The taste changed a bit. And then, yeah. So how can you justify that? No.
Yeah, no. I mean... yeah. And that... I mean, you don't have any tats, do you?
Tats?
You want tats? You want tats?
No, what I was saying, though, is like VB is a lighter drop for me. It's a...
Yeah, I agree.
It's not heavy.
It's quite a
heavy
light...
drink, but a Fat Yak is a very heavy drink.
I mean, they call it a bitter, but it's not that bitter, really.
But it just feels light, something about it. But I used to like the Bogues and a Cascade Draft, but you can't get normal Cascade Draft here anyway, and then you do the premium. So
yeah.
What are you going to do? Fucking shoot yourself live on a live stream.
Bogues Draft you can get on tap around the traps.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not the biggest fan of Bogues, to be honest.
Nah.
I don't know about the Taswegian stuff.
Not a fan of Furfies. Oh, and even I used to like Coopers, but I find it salty. Do you find Coopers a salty flavour?
Which Coopers? Like the pale? Yeah.
It just tastes a bit so. On that note, I'm just going to grab another VB. Yeah, it's fucking salty as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah. Anyway. He's going to go and pull himself off. So. Don't get me one, man. I'm quite fine drinking this one. Here's a bit. Oh man. Yeah. Fine. So you used to live in Tassie. I mean, you're from there, right? I remember going there with Khan, your brother, to Gagey. Gagebrook.
Gagebrook.
Gagey. And that was a really interesting neck of the woods, man.
Eye-opening experience.
Yeah. I think one of the things that I noticed was every house looked like a little prison cell.
Yeah. What sense?
Is it? Well, they're all grey, and it was all that grey concrete blocks.
Yeah.
Like those larger. Do you know what I mean? Like the larger. I don't know what you concrete bricks. I don't know.
Rendering like it's red. No, I think I know what you mean.
Yeah. Anyway, most of the places were built with that stuff. Normally, you build that stuff.
Yeah.
And then you pave over it or whatever. Render or whatever. But obviously they ran out of funding and
well, they're not going to worry too much about the aesthetics because I know the community isn't going to give a shit about the aesthetics. So it's like, why should we waste extra money trying to make it look pretty when your average bogan is running around there shirtless with board shorts with no teeth?
Yeah,
you know what
true.
I mean?
They're not the...
You get that everywhere. It's
the
like
class that are going to worry about aesthetics.
Low socioeconomic suburbs. They got no trees in their front garden. They got no garden.
Yeah.
Some of these places you go to, it's just like all just grass out the front of their house. And part of me understands why they do that, but then you go to Camberwell or something and they've all got nice front gardens. It's the same sort of thing. Like your average resident, they don't give a shit, man. They just go to work, smash their VB. Belch.
So you reckon people work in Gagey?
It's a percentage. It'd be way less than here, but that's the whole of Tasmania, man. There's a high percentage of just welfare recipients that are working.
Yeah.
And that's partly because of the economy, but it's also just partly because they don't give a shit, man. It's like
it's a culture.
There's no shame in it when there's that culturally widespread.
Yeah, well, if everyone around you's a bum, so to speak, then who cares?
Yeah.
Really, I mean, you got nothing to aspire to. I suppose it's a bit of a snapshot of communism, right?
Yeah.
And like Russia, which is the brainchild of communism.
Yeah.
That we know of. it's interesting that Russians can be quite an interesting people.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got a lot of how do I put it? They're a pretty tough bunch, actually.
Yeah.
And they're very straight to the point and direct. You're looking great, man. I think you fell in love with
Fuck, man! Look at the fucking separation between the tricep and the bicep, man. I mean, what is this? What is that? What is that? What is this?
steroids, man.
What's that? What's that? I mean, what is that? Is that even like a conventional muscle in the human body, or is that like something like fucking Prometheus style, bitch?
You're a sick cunt, man. Yes, a Prometheus.
Yeah, so yeah, all Russians are fucked. Yeah, continue. Did you see the Conor McGregor?
All people are fucked.
Did you see the Conor McGregor press conference in Russia recently?
No.
He's like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be focused this time around. I'm not going to take alcohol. I'm going to be fucking concentrated. I'm going to dedicate every second to getting in there, fucking learning how to do what I got to do to beat this motherfucker. I'm not going to muck around now. I'm going to be focused. Dagestan is completely fucked. He's going like, Dagestan people, they're lazy fucking bums. They're not even recognized by the rest of fucking Russia. And then afterwards, these guys in the fucking audience get up and go, why you put down Dagestan? Why you don't know anything about us? And then someone chucked a bottle at him. And then he dodged the bottle. And then apparently they went and tried to assault him in his apartment or something. They got a valid point. Like, he's just like fucking having a go at
a bunch of
country for
a tribe or a group of people. Yeah, he probably doesn't know anything about him, but I mean, he's a trash talking prick.
Yeah.
But he does it really well.
Yeah.
He's very effective.
Surge.
It's quite impressive.
Oh,
Who?
Surge.
Oh, Surge. Not Surge. Wow, we ran into him the other day, huh?
There's only one thing more annoying than Surge, and that's
Two Surges.
drunk Surge.
Have you been out with him?
Nah.
Okay. Yeah, there's some strange characters around, lingering around the world, just floating around. Yeah. But
yeah, he just bagged the shit
Dagestan,
out of
yeah.
Dagestan.
Well, would you consider Dagestan Russian though? I mean, there are
I don't
different.
know too much about it. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that. Well, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with.
It was half past tomorrow as well. Yeah.
was pretty rough. But the whole. I mean, their race or their land or whatever you want to call it. It ends with Stan, right? So I would associate them with like Afghanistan, let's say, more than Russia, and they're Muslim as well. Whereas Russians,
how much did the
Christian
native in inverted commas Russians conquer of the other ethnic groups and other countries? Like, did they conquer Mongolia and all those other things? Because if you conquer it further enough, and you call that, remember it used to be the Soviet Union, the whole. At some point, you're mixing all these other ethnic groups that were never culturally or ethnically a part of you. You've just conquered it, like the Ottomans did, or Persian Empire. Or
absolutely, yeah.
So, at some point, you're integrating. Well, Romans is a good example. They went to Jerusalem and whatever the fuck, conquered that whole area, and then you're talking about, oh, you've got Jews. They're not Roman, but they're in the Roman Empire. So that's probably what happened with Russia a bit. They expanded into places that were never...
But you always had the ethnically pure, so to speak, Russians through the Soviet era and probably throughout their history that would have conquered land like the Soviets kind of did. Well, they did. They conquered land.
Yeah.
I mean, all the way to East Germany. So the Germans aren't Russian. Or the East Germans aren't Russian.
No.
So, yeah, I consider them to be distinctive people from the Russians, even though
Yeah,
they're Russian.
that's what I'm saying. Like
citizens.
you expand an empire.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you the end goal of any empire is to conquer the whole world. So if you conquered the whole world, you had Aboriginals under the Soviet Union. And you wouldn't be then sitting and go, oh, they look a bit different. I don't think they're Russian. What's going on there? And they're conquering fucking Asians and Tahitians.
Eskimos.
Fucking New Zealanders and
Polynesians, Melanesians.
yeah.
List goes on. Madagascans.
Yeah. Africans, pygmies.
Pygmies, yeah. You know what's really interesting? You know that most Africans are quite short?
Yeah.
They're actually not big basketballers.
Nah. But there's certain nations that are tall. I think they'd have to be.
Well, Northern Asians, Manchurian Chinese, they're pretty tall. So, I mean, they have a basketball team that's fucking massive, man.
Do they?
Yeah, fuck yeah. No, there's tall Asians. So.
Yeah, I think the Dutch are the tallest in average height.
Yeah, they've been. Yeah.
It's
if
Dutch
you can really accurately measure something like that, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. You got to question where they get the statistics from. How accurate are this? Censuses, whatever you call it.
I think Europeans and.
I'm about to piss myself. Just give me a second.
Jeez, you're pissing a lot, man. You should back your BB bounce. Boom. I don't think anyone's watching this, man. It's just us. You and me, hombre. Yeah, we got a long ways to go. I don't know. I told him to reload it, and he never responded. Johnny 2.0.
Shandong.
There's
Shandong.
Shandong.
Took it to Shandong.
He took it to Shandong. Yeah.
So tell me a story about the Northcote.
You like that one? Northcote? You went to Northcote? Huh? Where you going? Smashing the brewskis, man. Yeah, so Northcote was my sister when we were kids. I think she was 15 or something, or can't remember the age exactly, but you know, I was like a couple of years younger, and my sister rocked up with these new shoes.
With a bunch of Sudanese from the...
Nah, there was no Sudanese back then in Melbourne, man. I didn't even know that country existed.
About, abs reversing down the Eastern Freeway. Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Hey, that guy's drunk.
Hang on a second, that guy's drunk.
That's a good story, man. You should pull that one out. Later, another day. We're going to get Johnny 2.0. He's got good stories. Suck it. Suck it.
Yeah,
That
suck
big
it. Nah,
black
fuck it, suck
mic.
it. Yeah, sorry, go ahead. Mum, drink a lot of water? Or?
You like pulling that one out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Northcote. And yeah, we grew up in Brighton, of all places, you know.
Yeah.
Bunch of wogs, but yeah. Anyway, it was quite interesting because she rocked up, and my dad asked her, "Where did you get the new shoes from?" And she goes, "Oh, Northcote." And he went off tap, the old man. He's like, "Northcote? Why'd you go to Northgate?
Northgate?
Of all places. How do you go from Brighton to North? There's a lot of shoe shops between Brighton and Northgate. So you had a point, you know. It was weird. You're sick! You're sick, referee! What the fuck this guy's on about? Yeah. Alright, I've got to go for a piss myself.
Then come back and recap the dog story again. If you don't know me by now, you ain't never ever gonna know me. Ooh. The only thing the rap doesn't do in his room is this. Ow! Do. I lick it and I smoke it 'cause it smells like do. Ow! Ah. Well, I don't know why I came here tonight, but I got some feeling something in my Jokers said let here and stuck in the middle with you. Please, I said please. Well, I don't know why I came here tonight. I got a feeling that something ain't right.
Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Hey, you know what I had asparagus. And my piss stinks.
Yeah, that's
disgusting,
one thing that'll make
right?
your piss stink. Yeah.
What I want to know
it makes
is...
your cum taste bad as well, apparently.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, if I had asparagus and put my dick in a girl's mouth, what's she going to think? She'd be disgusted, man.
It does make you cum
Yeah, I would.
less palatable.
Okay. Yeah, so what else? Another Sunday night.
The world is your canvas, mate. You paint whatever you want to paint.
Just talk.
If you want to go full Vincent van Gogh, mate, you go nuts.
What? Cut off ears.
From the moment we fall on this planet. But damn on me. It's like a Jimmy Barnes
Cross Eddie Vedder
driven version of Elton John. Jimmy Barnes with a
You
sore
sell
throat.
records with that. Hey?
Jimmy Barnes with a sore throat rendition of Elton John. Circle of Life.
So he had a stroke recently, Jimmy Barnes.
Did he?
Yeah, I think he lives in Thailand.
Does he?
Yeah.
So he's saying there's a correlation between fucking young Thai chicks and getting a stroke.
Oh,
sorry, maybe I read into that a bit too much. Yeah, continue.
maybe. Yeah. Yeah, you get convulsions and you freak and
There's a lot of African countries, man. They believe like eating albinos and shit. Or like, you know what they think the cure for AIDS is?
Eating an albino.
Nah, like fucking a child. They'll creep into a village. It's fucking infant. Thinking it will cure their AIDS.
You're joking me, right? Fucking hell, man.
I'm not quite sure why I found that funny. That's probably.
Well, yeah,
know,
it's
you
funny
know,
in the
probably wasn't the
sense
most,
when you
natural
don't, factor that there is a child getting abused. If you take that away, and you just think about the logic, I guess, or
Yeah.
that's fucking disturbing, man. Wow. So it's obviously happening systemically then.
Yeah, they think that's one of the cures.
Fuck.
It's sort of like hocus pocus voodoo beliefs about weird shit to cure weird shit over there. But apparently they think that cures AIDS. So
fuck a child. And is there an age limit for the child? I'm gonna cough on you, man. Gonna get my fucking germs.
Sick. You're sick, referee. You're sick.
Sick. You're sick, referee. You're sick.
Tell us that story, man. Let's go into it. Let's go deep. No, let's go deep on that story.
Yeah, this is depth, man.
This is deep, man.
We're solving algebra here.
Solving algebra.
We're progressive
retards.
Well, progressive.
Degenerate retards. Bachelor
Degenerate
males.
retards.
Degenerate retard bachelor males. The dredges of society. Living on the outskirts of... But it's this circle. The circle of life. From the moment VP was designed, it was a beer, one of a kind. Elevate your soul to only God knows. And that's the smoothest craft beer around. It's a circle of life. It's the beautiful blend between too heavy and too light. It's the circle. VB all night.
Yeah. What a jingle.
Like, everyone will be like, that whole podcast fucking sucked dick, but the VB song was kind of funny.
Pretty much. Oh man, I'm getting sleepy, mate.
Tell us one more story though. It's before you go.
You're sick, referee. You're sick. You're sick, referee. You're sick.
It's like,
Suck it.
Poltergeist. Poltergeist like grabs your head. To a story about he said your cat's ass was sex. Fuck, that's haunting. In high fidelity, that's beyond haunting. That's
Yeah.
Oh,
look,
astral
it was
realm. I think we've summoned the beast.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're the one that. Yeah.
Where is Betty? I'm gonna go grab her. Hang on.
She's gonna claw you. She's in the mood to claw your ass. It's the circle of life. Mama nama nema nama yawo. Mama nama nema yama nawo. Mama nama yema nama yawo. From the moment we come on this planet, but if I still live, Mama man, Shing shing little ma, me no money. garage.
Speak to the rabbi's son! Speak to the rabbi's son!
Aidan, I told you now 5 times. Your father coming back. The vacuum cleaner in the garage. Aidan, not 5 minutes now. Malaka, my little man now, Malaha. Now, Aidan, I told you, I'm not gonna give you tickets to festival. Aidan.
She has managed Oh no! You're freaking Betty out.
You took me shit. Like live streamed.
Oh, Betty, come on. It's okay. Don't throw up, man.
Well, it's got another 15 minutes.
Whoa, whoa.
So tell us about you used to work with a couple of freaks in construction. Which is pretty ironic segue considering I've been behaving like a freak for the last 10 minutes. But just about either them masturbated in.
Yeah, there was a guy. There was a job on the beach, well, close to the beach, building a house. Mm-hmm. One of the guys that was working at the site, he got caught by one of the other guys that was working at the site. He was masturbating while looking at a girl going for a jog or a walk or some shit. And fucked him up.
So like he was masturbating in the bushes.
Yeah.
And what did the other guy do with the drink bottle?
Oh, that's fucked. Oh, man. What the
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to repeat that one.
It's alright, you can't get sued because you're not mentioning any names.
Anyway, this was at a workplace. I didn't know these people. I heard this story from someone that knew this guy that did this. Basically, there was a guy at a workplace. It was an office kind of setting, and he really liked this girl. And being the deviant fuck that he was, he grabbed her water bottle and put his own cum in the water bottle and then watched her drink it and he got off on it. What a fucking weirdo, huh?
That's beyond weirdo. Something. That's a weird. That's a weird.
I don't know. What do you call it?
I don't reckon I don't even reckon he sexually got off on that. I reckon it was something else. Like, but it's disgusting.
Probably, yeah.
So what else happened at the construction company?
Some guy that was cracking onto this girl. She was a lesbian, but he didn't know it. He just kept harassing her. And I think he was Romanian or something. I don't know. He was some kind of fob. And he was saying shit like, "Oh, I'll give your family a bag of rice and I'll own you," and shit like that.
Bad what?
Man, there's a lot of you get fuckheads everywhere. Everyone, well, actually, no one's watching this, but if people were, they'll probably think we're fucking dickheads. So,
like I said, it's a fine line between order and chaos. You gotta dance that line. You got to be Michael Jordan, effectively. Between the chaos, and you got to be you got to be a jazz musician. You got to slightly push it towards the chaos a bit, but you need the order, because at the end of the day, there's order behind jazz, but it's shifted towards the chaos a bit more. I don't entirely know what I'm talking about, but I think I'm on some sort of point. Yeah, so it's
deep point. No, I know what you're saying. Because it is random, but it's randomly structured.
But
it's structured randomly.
Towards the chaos side of it. They reckon, the athletes that go that's that line between the order and the chaos. Because there's order, which is the safe. There's chaos, which is pushing it. But if you push it too much, it falls apart. So where's the medium where you can function between order and chaos? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But that's what society is saying. Like, that's what Jordan Peterson reckons is order and chaos. So in society, it's got people pushing it towards chaos, people pushing it towards order. And there's that. Same with business. With business, you can go chaotic as fuck, and then maybe it shoots you in the foot, or you can go too orderly and not make any progress. So
you can say that about capitalism and communism.
Yeah.
The greatest.
Yeah. It was sort of Jimmy Barnes-esque as well, wasn't it? It was quite a Jimmy Barnes projection of the belch. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah!
Fuck, that sounds so weird when you hear yourself doing that shit. That's fucking creepy, man. So you reckon Betty's got a nice ass?
I'll say it's sexual.
Yeah. Would you lick her ass? Maybe. Yeah, you would. So would you, so if she came back, when you, let's say you licked her ass and she liked it and she came back for more, does that imply that she has free will to some extent?
Let me answer your question with another question. Does your mum drink a lot of water?
Go grab another beer, man. We'll have one more.
There's no more left. It's all gone.
What do you mean?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We got to drink wine. I got wine.
Yeah.
As you can see, we can drink a bit.
Imagine we did non-stop podcasts. You keep substituting people in, but live stream keeps going. But if you took drugs, man, you could go 48 hours.
You could, yeah. I'm sure people are doing it.
Like I've done it at Revolver before. I've done, well, not 48. I've done 24. Not 23.
Yeah, I didn't sleep much for like 3 days.
You no sleep for 3 days. You fucking completely cognitively impaired. You fuck, man. Look at the fucking scaled down version of Arnie, fucking the golden era, mate. Look at those fucking bicep peaks. You. Right, I apologise to the bodybuilding community for claiming I'm a scaled down version. What's that?
Yeah, that's got me interested.
What's that? What's that?
Well, let's just refresh my memory. That wine, you got that wine from... Where'd you get it from again? From that bottle shop.
Fuck tried to call me then. Yeah.
And there was an interesting story at that Indian restaurant we went to, and
Yeah.
towards the end there, you wanted to pick up the Indian girl, and I think someone was interjecting. You gonna pour some wine, or?
I think we're gonna go. You know what's funny about this podcast? I'll tell you what's happening here. People are like, it was lame. Oh, this is unbearable. They're starting to get into it.
I'm sure they are.
And then, I reckon at the end, once we top it off with you going fully with your anti-feminism views, from this point, it'll be captivating more than any other podcast published
Yeah,
on
well,
YouTube. They'll be like,
I can go into it straight off the bat. I think that feminism's a load of shit. I mean, because if it really existed, then the human race wouldn't exist. We would have destroyed all the women. So if there was real hate towards women, in the which is what their
you know
views
what?
are.
I reckon I should just
So their existence is based
I reckon
on
I should just,
on the premise that men hate women.
I reckon I should just formula all these podcasts where everyone gets fucking hammered. So it's like mandatory for everyone to get drunk. And then people just like will be more expressive without inhibitions of their true feelings and everything.
Yeah.
Like in a way that other podcasts where people are sober wouldn't be. So it's like your drunk podcast, but it's like raw as fuck. Like raw and confronting in ways that
Yeah.
and you get like
Pretty bad though, man. Could you imagine all the crap people would talk about?
but who cares? People will tune in to watch it if it's entertaining.
It would be.
It's like Home and Away.
At some stage, yeah.
Home and Away isn't uplifting. It's drama. So this gal slept with this gal slept with this gal.
Yeah,
Alf
yeah, it's
touched up
just-
Sally touched up
It's
Alf.
all gossip. It's like,
Sally took a load of Alf's cum.
yeah. Pretty much. That's all it is.
So
Feminism. Let's talk about feminism. I think that feminism is... yeah, pretty much. I mean, how can men hate women and in a way that, you know, in our society where we love them so much, pretty obviously, and we put them up on such a pedestal. I think it's the bizarrest concept going around. What do you think? What do you think of feminism? Oh, you are a feminist, aren't you?
Nah. Not at all.
No.
I would say I have the
masculist.
same attitude towards feminism I has towards theism. So I'm not an atheist. I'm an anti-theist, as Christopher Hitchens would say.
What the hell? What is
So-
that?
so
I've never heard of that
He
term.
doesn't necessarily believe there is no God. He's anti to the push to the movement or the culture of theism. So you're anti. So I'm anti-feminism. And
Right.
I'm an anti-theist. But
So
I'm not.
you're an
I'm not
anti-theist.
atheist.
So you're an anti the
Against that
idea of
movement.
God.
No, I'm anti against that cultural movement. All that.
Right. I don't get
So
it.
I'm against the theists.
What's a theist? Sorry.
Someone that believes in God.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Right.
in the same way, I'm anti-feminist.
So in a social context.
But I don't necessarily believe feminism doesn't have a good role. Feminism could serve a good function. Yeah, but I'm against current modern feminism.
Yeah. In what way? How could feminism serve as a good function? I mean, from a practical sense, it may,
in
but
some ways,
as a philosophy, as an idea, as a political
it has in
movement,
some ways in the past.
Oh, it has in the past, yeah, but
It's
that's
overshot.
the past.
That's why I'm anti-modern
Yeah.
feminism.
But you're going back to the '60s. That's a long
Yeah.
time ago.
Yeah. So I'm not
Had its
against
place.
feminism as a principal movement. As a principal movement, elevating the status of women is fine, right? But you've got to do it in a
Yeah.
rational, controlled.
Yeah, but when you say status of
Reasonable way.
women, in what context? Are you talking about status of women? Because I consider the status of women to be quite high anyway. So why do
It
you
is
need a
now.
movement?
I'm talking about it was a more valid movement back then than it is now.
Yeah. But I think women have always had it well on one level. You know, they never had to go to war
Yeah.
back in the day. You know, they always had the advantage to choose their suitor, whereas guys have always, I don't know,
Yeah.
haven't had that advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Are you pumping weights at the moment or what?
Not really. I'm just like blowing out. I've always been blown out.
Yeah, fucking oath, yeah.
It's weird, isn't it?
You do have guns, though. You definitely got guns. Yeah.
If I lift heavy, man, I fucking blow.
Oh,
that
you'd blow
shit
out, yeah. You would.
It's weird. It's
Compared to me, I mean, I can't see myself, but I've got the skinny arms.
yeah. If you lift heavy, you got to push yourself to failure.
Yeah,
Lift heavy,
but-
and then it blows it right out. That's how the bodybuilders
course,
do it.
yeah.
That's how you do hypertrophy.
Well, if you-
gotta
if
keep
you
going,
really-
keep going till it really gets fucked, and you keep going again.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you want to hit that sort of 10 rep range, 10 to 15 rep range, and that'll
But
really
then keep going.
that'll
up.
pump
Like
you.
After you fail at that, you stop, recover, and then go again. So
Keep
like, it's
going, yeah.
painful,
You're
and 'cause
pumping.
You're making
Yep.
mechanical damage in your
Yeah.
in your
yeah.
muscles, and that's doesn't necessarily make you stronger. Though it will make you stronger, but it's mainly
It won't make
hypertrophy.
you lift as much.
but it'll make it bigger.
Yeah.
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 Because there's a lot of guys that can lift heavy that their muscles aren't as big as bodybuilders.
No.
Their bodybuilders aren't the strongest people in the world. It's just their muscles of hypertrophy
Yeah.
as fuck.
Lightweight.
Yeah, buddy.
Lightweight.
Yeah, so feminism.
What were you saying?
So I think there was probably more pressing issues for women. Fuck, we blunt segue, man. We like segued to biceps and hypertrophy muscles back.
You know what? This
like a
wine
true
tastes like
schizo-
grape
It's like a
juice.
true
There's
schizophrenia.
a sliver.
Divine schizophrenia.
Schizophrenia.
We're divinely schizophrenic. We talk about weights and talk about feminism. Jump back to weights.
Yeah.
It's like
So you're saying that we're schizophrenic?
it's like a
maybe
higher
mildly.
level of schizophrenia. It's like a.
Is there a spectrum for schizophrenia?
I reckon. high IQ counter schizophrenia. So I reckon if you're a smart person,
Yeah.
you will offset the risk of schizophrenia.
Okay.
They reckon that. That's crazy.
So what happens when you smoke a lot of pot? Apparently, that can trigger
Yeah.
schizophrenia. Does that make you dumb? Just
No, I
drawing a
reckon what's
connection.
going on there, it's rewiring your brain through the pot,
Mm-hmm.
and that's making you schizophrenic. But what I'm saying is they reckon a high IQ or being intelligent can offset the risk of schizophrenia.
Oh, okay.
Can, whereas someone that's
Statistically.
dumb, yeah.
Yep.
Maybe they're just compensating for it, Maybe they're schizophrenic still, but they're smart enough to hide it or process it.
Oh.
It's like if you got
but then
autism and you're smart
But how
enough,
could
maybe
you
can
define schizophrenia on someone that isn't schizophrenic? I don't know. Doesn't make sense. So you're saying that schizophrenia is a certain illness?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but it's I don't quite get what you're saying, but
Oh, they reckon like high IQ people, it reduces your
schizophrenic.
chances of being schizophrenic.
Yeah,
They
okay.
reckon it can offset it.
That's bizarre, man. But low IQ people generally are like Down syndrome, and they got a condition or something.
But there's low IQ people that don't have Down syndrome. They're just low IQ. They're just dumb as fuck.
But usually, really low IQ people have some kind of mental issue. Usually, I mean, we're talking. Let's say IQ, normal IQ range is what, 90 to 130. Let's say, is that right? I don't know.
90 is I think average.
Average to
Anything about 90 is considered above average, but that's probably factoring in a lot of dumb people.
yeah.
So when you get 140, it's like considered really smart. 160 is like genius, but that's really only 70 above average, which is 90. So, like, if your average is 90 and
There's a lot of people below
and
90
Einstein is
then.
160, it's only really 70 IQ points higher than you're dumb as fuck. Like, I would have thought genius would have been like 280 or something. Like,
I think, yeah. As far as I know, if you're between 90 and like 130 or whatever, you're pretty in the normal range. So in other words, if you're
130 is starting to get towards smart. Though.
You're starting to get
140 is considered like real smart. 160 is like genius.
But if you're let's say 120 and you're next to someone that's 90,
yeah,
I don't think there's a big difference.
But it would have to
It's
be
in the more normal,
because the genius is 160, which would only be 40 more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but there's an exponential factor there.
Yeah, you're saying
You know,
it drops off as it gets higher. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the rarity, you're just getting far to the extreme, and normality is whether you're your average dumb guy or your average smart guy.
Yeah.
You're not that much different. That's how I interpret it. Because I think really intelligent people.
Yeah.
And I probably haven't met many, but if I go through my memory banks, I reckon the vast majority of people are pretty much on an even keel. Don't you reckon? I mean, if you can comprehend a sentence or two, then you're not that much different from someone that can eventually work out algebra compared to someone that just would really struggle to get there. Do you know what I'm saying? Because in everyday life and in everyday thinking, I don't think it really matters. I don't think there's a big difference, a big jump. I don't know. I think the vast majority are pretty average, man.
Yeah.
Is that nihilistic in my view? I don't go for the Anthony Robbins crap. Like, oh my God, all you have to do is just grab, make your own fate and go out and fucking create the universe and all that crap.
Well, a lot of that self-help is pretty hyped. So you're right. Some of it's like hyped. So it's taking something that has some sort of element of truth and hyping it up to where it's a get happy quick scheme.
Yeah, see, I'd argue religions
just
like that.
Positively and think, that's not going to work. Having said that, having a positive mindset and exercising certain higher mindsets will get you further in the long run because you're not falling victim of that lower mindset.
Definitely.
Like we know a lot of negative people, not mentioning names, and if you dwell in that realm, that's always going to be pulling you down to that level. What you learn from Tony Robbins is he's trying to push you up to that higher level where you're thinking in that realm.
Yeah, okay.
That doesn't necessarily going to make you a millionaire, but it's going to put you in better stead to think for that higher level.
That makes sense. I mean, on an if you look at people individualistically, within their own, so to speak, journey or their own path in life that they're trying to carve out, if you're going to be positive, you're far better off. If you're going to be negative and nihilistic and down in the doldrums all the time, you're never going to get there. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
you're going to reach your own potential. But I think getting to higher realms of existence, I don't think it comes from necessarily a positive outlook. So in a way, you got to have both. You got to have a negative and a positive way of thinking.
What's the benefit of the negative?
Well, it gives you it gives you an open mind.
Perspective.
If you have an open mind, then you delve into everything. And then to get to reach your own potential fully, I think you got to have both.
Yeah.
But and your potential isn't necessarily having lots of money and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's having a frame of mind that might be peaceful. It's having a social structure around you that is in tune with your desires. It's a lot of stuff. So, and it's having a spiritual outlet in your thinking and your existence. Fuck, I talk a lot of shit, man.
No, yeah. I hear what you're saying, but I don't think necessarily there's necessarily a big benefit to thinking negatively. I hear what you're saying. It maybe gives you a different insight, so you can appreciate certain things.
Yeah, but look at music. Yeah, great music is negative. A lot of it.
Yeah, I guess so. But you don't. I think there's way more benefit to letting the positive wash off on you than the negative wash off on you.
Yeah.
Overall, like if you have a choice, so I'm going to be bombarded with 50% negative and 50% positive. Give me 90% positive, 10% negative.
Well, think of it this way. Think of it this way. You're positive. I'll just keep talking. Yeah. Your positive is your action. Your negative is your submissive side. Your reaction. I guess how do I put it? That side of you that feels that your instincts. Anyway, fuck, it's getting late. What time is it? Yeah, I think. I think in the negative there is the deeper potential of who you are. That's what I'm trying to say. So you've got to have the action. You've got to live a life and manage an ego and whatnot. But I think the deeper parts of who you are in your emotional self, in your instinctual self. There's something in there that is, it's beyond. I think it's beyond just your everyday striving and your everyday trying to survive, but it is. I don't know, man. To be honest, I'm just.
So what's the
thinking
positive
out loud?
and negative?
Within the negative, I mean, it's not necessarily negative as in being nasty and all that. It's negative in the sense that you're not doing anything. It's like a meditation, I suppose. When you meditate, you're not actively really doing anything.
Yeah.
You are like, holding a breath sequence or whatever, but you're not actually out there talking and doing things and like making money or whatever. But you can get so much out of just being still, and what I'm trying to say is being still and meditation has a correlation to negativity in a way.
I think what you're describing there is it's so removed from your normal life that it seems negative because it's a frustration or a struggle to sit and meditate. So
you can view it that way.
When you're meditating, you're it's so alien to you from what you used to. It's a struggle. It's uncomfortable. So then you deem it as negative.
You can view it
but
that
to
way.
a Buddhist, they'll deem that as positive, and they'll deem the TV as negative.
But there's nothing positive about meditation, really. I don't think there is.
Oh, but to a Buddhist there would be. They'd consider the TV negative.
How do you... But you're just sitting there. There's nothing... I mean, ultimately it is positive, but it's not positive in any... You can't really measure the positivity there in that moment. You're just there. Existing and...
So I think I understand what you're saying. So it's like it's a I don't know. I think the Buddhists would deem the TV as the negative, and they'll deem the meditation as the positive, whereas most Western people would deem the opposite because of what they're used to.
Yeah,
but it's what they find the most struggling. They'll deem the negative.
But you're not, when you meditate, you're not active. You're not actively doing. You kind of are, but you're not. What I'm trying to say is that positive, in the Anthony Robbins sense, is that you're getting out there, living your life. You're external. You're an extrovert.
Yeah, but he's trying to push people out there because there's certain benefits in pushing yourself for something
definitely
beyond your conservative.
Yeah, there is.
That's what he's. So he's not saying, but like if you get yourself out there, that's the be on the end.
Yeah.
But if you push a lot of people out there, certain things happen. That's what he's trying to do.
So if you're a proponent or advocate or someone that does the Anthony Robbins, so to
speak. If you're a heterosexual Lebanese hairdresser.
And you're someone that just sits in a room and meditates for like 10 hours a day. Our society would deem that meditator a bum, really. So, where's the positivity in that? Whereas the Anthony Robbins character, he's trying to open businesses, he's trying to get out there, meeting people, he's living his life, What's the difference? I mean, I can understand how people think that because it does make sense. If you're getting out there, living your life, you are positive. That's what I try to do. But I think there is value in being
necessarily negative to meditate for 10 hours because like there are certain people that do that for like a whole day or like 2 days.
Yeah, that's right.
There's certain benefits in that. It's like if you don't touch your phone for 3 days, that's not necessarily negative, but there's certain benefits in that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that people would view it as a negative life if you just sit in a corner and just do that all day.
Oh, they'll deem it as a boring, unfulfilling life. But you don't know what level of spiritual happiness those people have reached through doing that.
That's right. Yeah.
So if they've reached that, maybe they're happier than the girl that's got 3 children. And she sits there and judges the Buddhists for meditating 7 hours a day.
That's right.
She's cleaning up shit off the asshole of 3 kids that she's conceived.
But that's my point.
And making them packed lunch, ham sandwiches to take them to school.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, you deem that guy lame because you got your husband as
your so-called life,
pussy, and you've got 3 kids, but maybe the guy's more balanced and happy who meditates 10 hours a day. So how would you know? You need a... And they've done CAT scans and shit on Buddhist brains, and they reckon a lot of them are at a higher level happiness-wise. So maybe
they
there
have
is some benefit in...
Yeah, the better... what do they call them? Alphas and beta rays or something?
Yeah.
Waves. But you know, it is. You're sick, referee. You're sick. You want to fuck with me?
California love, never welcome everybody to the wild, wild west. I say something talked about the internet. I took a trip to the cans like shotguns to your chest.
What a rapper.
California knows how to party. Keep it rocking. And how to party in the city.
Keep it rocking. Keep it rocking. I'm ready to go to bed, man.
Let me welcome everybody to the wild, wild west. California love.
So you reckon anyone's going to watch this crap? I doubt it, man.
Right, so the idea is we like upload enough, eventually it gets popular enough, and they go back and watch the first ones. So if that happens, then you're laughing because you get 1 million views on the first.
Yeah, cool. All right.
But you got to keep uploading. That's how YouTube works.
You got to upload.
I'll keep uploading, but eventually you'll get a threshold, like 1 million subscribers, and then they'll go back and watch the first ones, and they'll be like, oh, this is sort of funny.
Yeah.
Bit weird, but sort of funny. Bit weird. That was a bit weird, but sort of funny.
Yeah.
Bit weird.
Young boy like
tell us
you.
the dog story one more time, man.
Young boy like you.
Alright, no, tell us that story. That's the most
I can't be fucked.
No,
man.
like, when I think about you cooking, I fantasize about you. Tell us that, and then the young boy like you. Come on, tell us that one.
Well, that is a young boy like you.
Yeah, but it was the one.
I went on a...
yeah, but like the girl cooking.
Yeah. Well, she was... so he was the accountant. Give me some more of that, man.
My nigga.
Oh, man. I got to fucking work tomorrow. Yeah, so, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Yeah, the accountant. So I worked in a restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I worked at a restaurant. It was one of my first jobs. And the accountant. So we're at the end of the year party or whatever the fuck it was. And he this guy was like probably 50 plus. And one of the girls that was, she was an apprentice chef. She was like 17, 18 or some shit. And then this guy, the accountant, he was, he started talking to her. He got a bit on the sauce and he started saying all this shit to her. She was a young girl. And he's like saying, oh, look, I imagine you working in the kitchen at the restaurant naked and you're serving me all these nice treats and whatnot. And, yeah, but that's not the really weird part. The really weird part was another apprentice chef that happened to be a bloke. And he was the same age, like 18 or whatever. And he just walked up to this guy randomly and started saying, so you masturbate, don't you? You masturbate. And this guy's like, what the fuck is this guy on about, man? I'm like, how random is it? Why would someone walk up to you that you don't know that well at a work function and start saying that you masturbate? Like implying, accusing you of it. I don't know, what the fuck. And this kid was just like fucking dumbfounded. And then he's like, yeah, you masturbate. Young boy like you. You masturbate.
Masturbate, don't you?
Young boy like you. What a fucking weirdo. Anyway, the boss made him write a letter to both of them saying, you know, apologising and shit. This cunt was fucked. You right there, mate?
Masturbate. That's funny. What'd you say? What did you say to that chick? That was like when you cook, I think about you naked.
Yeah, walking around the kitchen with your little apron on, but nothing else underneath and shit like that. And she's like, she's a young girl, man. She's a young girl.
You masturbate, don't you, young boy like
a young boy like you masturbate, don't ya? What the?
That's fuck.
It's fucking weird. Oh. But is he gay or what? What does he want to know if this young guy masturbates? Is he a faggot or
shit?
I don't know, man. Fucking weird. There's a lot of weird people out there in amongst the normality. Actually, there's a lot of normality in amongst the weirdness.
You masturbate, don't you, young boy like you masturbate.
Maybe we should go round the corner to those kids that hang around fucking on the nature strip and go, just walk up to them. You masturbate, ain't ya? Young boys like you masturbate, ain't ya?
I think Google's algorithms are flagging us. Young boy like you. Yeah.
Jesus.
Da-na, da-na-na-na, na-na-na-na, na-na-na-na-na,
Arnie.
na-na-na-na.
The damn Arnie.
Oh, man. Imagine if I took roids. It'd be off its fucking guts.
You do take roids, don't you?
Imagine that, though. It's just...
But anyone can take roids and be fucking a sick
fucking Ronnie
cunt.
Coleman. Yeah, buddy.
Oh, he never took roids, that guy.
Nah.
No way.
Well, none of those Olympic, Mr. Olympia.
Mr. Olympia.
Took any.
Arnie, none of them.
They're all natural.
Dorian Yates.
Bill Heath is completely natural. Dorian Yates. None of them touch any of the juice.
No way.
Just put in hard work, you genetically blow out.
Oh, they've got the genetics, these guys. I reckon the modern fucking bodybuilders don't have as much of the genetics. A lot of them.
It's probably their process is probably different, I reckon. They don't condition themselves as much, but
they don't do as much work, do they?
Yeah, it's more about just getting puffy without the shred. But yeah, steroids is the only way to get that big, man. Your body naturally doesn't want to get that big for very good reasons. Like when your upper body gets that big to the point where it's resembling a normal person's thigh, that's very out of whack physiologically. Your body doesn't want to let you get to that level.
No, your body wants to get big legs so it can run.
Yeah,
and
because
that's
when
your
you
core.
go that big, that's putting a lot of stress.
Yeah, it's an imbalance of nature, really.
And that's why a lot of them die early as well, because it's just it's fucking that whole balance.
Yeah, who was that guy that died recently? He was a big...
Jim Bacon, Premier of Tasmania. You having a fucking go at Jim Bacon now, are you, mate?
Sorry, mate. Sorry, Gagey boy.
Jim Bacon.
No, the
Jim Bacon, you Jim Bacon, bruv.
What's his? I don't know his name, man. But anyway, they measured his heart. They reckon his heart. But did they really measure it? Anyway, they reckon his heart was twice the size of a normal man's.
That's probably
from the HGH and shit.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
Fucked though, man.
It's disgusting, isn't it?
Like, you push yourself to that level. Oh, your body's not designed to do that. It doesn't want to do that. That's why we need drugs to do that. Your body naturally regulates healthy parameters. That's what your body is genetically evolved to do. It won't make your eyeballs grow this big. It won't make your head grow this big. It won't let your upper body grow this big.
Yeah. You got to force it into that
you gotta
shape.
Force it chemically into that.
Yeah.
And okay, well then you got problems at some point.
Yeah.
If you go too big.
But who decided that you've got to have a big upper body as opposed to your legs to look good? You know what I mean?
Like you've got
Why is that?
A ratio. A ratio is mechanically athletic when you got broad shoulders, whatever.
Yeah, but
when you push that,
you're accentuating it to ridiculous proportions.
Yeah, then it's
out of balance.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like the body is so finely tuned; it knows what's where it wants to go, and it doesn't want to go beyond a certain point. But you do it with drugs at your own peril. Okay, like you get big. Some people survive it. A lot of people don't. A lot of those bodybuilders, they die at like 30, late 30s.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck. Really? 30s, late 30s.
Late 30s. Yeah.
That's fucked, man.
Yeah.
And they know that this can happen, and they just do it.
Yeah.
It's a drug. They just keep doing it. Yeah, Jesus. Put your mouth in it, man. Suck it.
You can do it.
Suck it. Fuck him up the ass.
Fuck him up. Hold him now, mate.
Fuck him up the ass.
Yeah, fuck him up. On that note,
it's time to us to.
You got any more alcohol, or?
I don't think I do, man. I got to work tomorrow, man.
It's the greatest specimen you can get naturally, mate. You can't quite get on.
All right, boys. Let's call it a day. Oh, man. Whew.